Hey everyone, long time no speak. So before I start this vlog off, I just want to apologise for being missing in action for the longest time. I genuinely have no idea how long it's been since I last posted, but I do know it has been a fair few months. And in that time, I've gone around the houses with my weight loss journey. I've been on plans, I've been off plans, I've been back and forth so many times. I'm like actually dizzy now by it. So yeah, I thought I've started again. No time like the present. Before I even get home and I get distracted by other things that's going on in life, I thought I'll just jump on and update all you guys with what is going on when it comes to my weight loss journey, because that's what my channel's all about at the moment. It is about me documenting my weight loss and how I'm getting on with it. I have missed it so much over these past few months that I've not been vlogging. I really have, because I do think that it does help me stay accountable for what I'm doing. And that's probably one of the reasons why I have gone around the houses so much and I've not managed to stick to anything, because I've basically been just trying to do it by myself. You know, no classes, no vlogging, no groups, no nothing, basically no support. And clearly, because I am right back at square one, clearly that has shown me that I need you guys, I need to be accountable, I need to document it, and I need to go to a group. So like I said, I thought I'd just jump on. I'm in the car still, I've not even got home yet, I've just left group, which is a massive hint to what I'm doing now. I've just left group and I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to start, because I've got to start somewhere, don't I? I can't keep putting it off and thinking, right, tomorrow, because tomorrow turns into a few days, turns into a week, turns into a month, and then it's been like, what, 5 months or something like that since I've last documented anything. So because I've started fresh again today, I thought I'm going to just tie it all up in one and I'm going to start fresh with vlogging again, because like I say, I need to kick myself up the arse. Sorry for the bad language, but I need to seriously give my head a wobble and just crack back on. Stop making excuses and just crack back on. So if you are new here, hi, my name's Andrea. Sorry for that rant then. I'm a mum of 4, I have a husband, we live in Lancashire, and yeah, basically I am trying to lose weight. That's what it is. I'm trying to lose weight. It's in vain at the moment. It has been, and I've been struggling. I'm not gonna not admit it. It's been a complete struggle, and the reasoning why, there's no other excuse apart from it's all down to me. It is literally all down to me. So if I give you a bit of history with what's been happening, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've been back and forth with different things. I've been posting things and removing it because I've changed my mind. And like I say, it's like I've got 6 heads, because every single day a different head makes a different decision. And I just need to nip it in the bud and just stick with something, and whatever that might be, I just need to do it. So yeah, the last few months I've basically, overall, the last few months I've been trying to calorie count. Now, anybody out there that does do calorie counting and can stick with it, I absolutely take my hat off to you. You are like something that I want to live by, because I can't. I really can't. I mean, I can calorie count, obviously I can do, and I've had a decent amount of calories. I've been following Team RH, which are just absolutely fab. Richie, who is the leader of Team RH, who's the founder of it, he speaks so much sense. If any of you guys watch him on Facebook posts and stuff like that, Instagram, he does. It makes perfect sense with everything that he's saying, and I don't disagree with an ounce of it. However, the reality is, as a busy mum of 4, you know, I work in hospital, I'm a midwife, so I do shifts and things like that, and then I've got a husband, I have a social life. The reality is that me trying to calorie count while doing all that, it has just been so difficult, because I have to account for everybody else as well. I think if I lived by myself, or even if it was just me and Kev, it wouldn't be, that's my husband by the way, if people don't know, it wouldn't be half as hard. But the fact that I do have a family to take into consideration, and I'm cooking for them because I'm the one that cooks all the meals, then yeah, it's not impossible, but it's hard. It's incredibly hard. So yeah, I was following Team RH. I've still obviously got access to the app and all the information and stuff, because when you sign up to Team RH, you pay monthly, and it's only $6.99, so it's super cheap. But you're tied into a year's contract, which is absolutely fine, because you know, it's information that I'll still want to go back to. It's information that I agree with and that makes complete sense. However, like I say, I'm just finding it at the moment incredibly difficult to stick to. Even though with calorie counting, I absolutely love the flexibility of it. You know, we've had days where we've gone out and I've been able to pick up a butty or have a McDonald's or, you know, whatever. And I've been able to bend it into my calories. And that side of eating seems to work perfectly when I am calorie counting, being out and about and picking convenience food. However, because I am a mum of 4 kids, you know, we're a family of 6, I can't afford to eat like that as much as I would love to for someone else to cook for me. So I do have to bulk buy and cook meals from scratch. I mean, it's healthier. I want to feed my family good stuff. But then it is a lot cheaper than eating convenience all the time. And that's where I become unstuck, basically, because I've been using NutriCheck, that app, which I'm sure a lot of you, probably all of you, are very familiar with, to track all my calories. And say something as simple as like spaghetti bolognese, I would have to weigh everything out, absolutely everything, every single thing, every herb, spice, everything, because again with Team RH, you've got to track it to the gram, like to the gram. Even if the package says it's 400 grams, don't matter. You've still got to weigh it, because it might be $3.98 or it might be $4.15. There might be a bit extra in or a bit less. So you have to weigh everything to the gram. So I'd have to do that for all the ingredients of the spaghetti bolognese. Some you can only weigh when it's cooked. Some you can only weigh when it's dry. An absolute ball ache. And then I'd make all the food. I'd portion it, I'd like cook it all together, and then I'd have to create a meal plan on NutriCheck, put all the information in that, and then weigh out the total amount, like add all of everything up, weigh out the total amount, how much it's going to be completely. And then once I've done all that, which takes forever, then I'd have to weigh my portion out separately, plus add anything else extra that I might be having, like any sauces, any salads, any garlic bread, anything like that. And this is just spaghetti bolognese as an example. Obviously different meals will require even more intensive weighing and measuring and everything like that. And then I'd have to do that, and then I'd have to input it all. But before I've even eaten it, I'd have to input it, because I need to know how much I'm actually eating to make sure that I'm sticking within my calories, that I've not gone over. So having the calories and how much I was on, I didn't find difficult. I found really good. The flexibility I found amazing. It was literally just counting everything. And like I say, meal times, being a busy mum, meal times are chaotic. The children want feeding, my husband wants feeding, I want feeding, we all want feeding. So for me messing about so much, it was dragging meal times out quite long and everything like that. So anyway, that is all one thing. Then with following Team RH, I had all my macros to stick to. So not only did I have a calorie deficit that I had to stick to, I have my protein goals, which was considerably high, but it all makes sense, and I agree with it completely why it was the number that it was. But I don't eat red meat, so I'd have to substitute a lot of things in order to get those protein goals. I was also keeping an eye on my fibre, which again makes perfect sense, the science behind why you need to make sure that you stick to a certain amount of fibre. I did have carb and fat goals, but again, they weren't really bothered about those two, because the boring bit behind it is that when you compare a high fat to a low carb diet versus a low fat to a high carb diet, as long as you're in a deficit and your protein's on point and your fibre goals are being hit, it don't matter which one of those 2 ones that you were doing, you'd still lose the same amount of weight. So that side of things, not really bothered about. But with having to weigh absolutely everything and then meet all my macros as well, like I said, I was just finding it incredibly difficult and quite time consuming with how busy I am. On top of that, I needed to drink 2 litres of water, which again, you need to. It makes perfect sense why. You need to flush everything out. You need to stay hydrated. You know, you're about 90% water, so you need water to function properly. It makes you feel better. It boosts your skin. Everything. Loads. I understand. Plus, I had to do 10,000 steps a day, which again, completely understand why. The activity is so important. You need to move in order to burn weight off. I didn't have to do any high intensity workouts, but that would obviously be beneficial. But I didn't have to do that. But anyway, long story short, I had all these different things to meet, and the calorie count inside of it meant that it just overall it was very overwhelming. So even though I loved calorie counting, I just found it very hard. So when and I never wanted a day off as in to eat loads of crap and eat whatever I wanted. I wanted a day off from counting. That was the thing that, whereas other diet plans in the past, you want a day off to eat unlimited amounts of crap, basically, you know, gorge yourself on takeaways and rubbish. Whereas I never found that with calorie counting, which was really, really good. I just wanted a day off from counting. However, if I had a day off from counting, then I'd get really paranoid, like, oh, I've gone over my calories, and I'd get into my own head and start, you know, panicking, basically, that I wasn't going to do as well. And then if I wasn't going to do as well, then what's the point? Why should I count tomorrow? I've already ruined it. And then, well, if I'm not counting, then I might as well eat crap. And you can see the vicious cycle that I was getting myself into. And I'd be able to do like a really good week, and then if I didn't see the number on the scales that I was hoping to see, then again I'd start getting into my own head and start self-sabotaging, and then I won't count, and then I'd eat rubbish. And yeah, you can see where I'm going with it. So it was really, really difficult. And anyway, I've tried it for months, on off, to the point that even I've got whiplash now. I've been back and forth that much. And this past week, and I mean, if you've been here for a while, you'll know that I've done Slimming World. I've loved Slimming World. I really enjoy the groups. I enjoyed the plan, everything like that. And I did get to a point, because I got so ingrained in calorie counting and the information that I was getting, that I started to really turn against Slimming World, like being like, you know, quite angry with it really, in a way, because I've done Slimming World again off and on for God knows how many years, never got to target. And so I blamed Slimming World for me doing that, which again, in reality, Andrea, you're a big girl. You know, you've been on this planet for quite a while now. You know that the only person you can blame is yourself. End of. Slimming World don't put the foods in my mouth. Calorie counting don't put the foods in my mouth. Nobody on this planet puts the foods in my mouth. It is literally just me. So the reason why I've not managed to stick to anything or get to target is because of me. But yeah, like I said, I really did. I got into such an unhealthy headspace with blaming Slimming World for me not getting to target, and then being on this cycle of this roundabout of constant on, off, put a, you know, lose a bit of weight, put it back on, lose a bit of weight, put it back on, that I've just had enough, basically. I have just had enough. However, as much as I've just had enough, I would love to love the body that I'm in. I would love to do that. I would love to accept the weight that I am, but let's face facts. I am obese, I am overweight, my works uniform doesn't fit me properly anymore. I can get into it, don't get me wrong, I can get into it. However, it's incredibly uncomfortable. You know, like if I wear my dress, because we wear long dresses for work, if I wear that, my bum's got that big that it lifts the skirt bit up at the back, and then I'm frightened of bending over because I'm going to flash my bum to anyone. It's just really tight across my chest, you know, stuff like that. Then if I go to my tunic and pants, because we have those as well as part of our uniform, if I wear those, I can't do my pants up. I can pull them up, but I can't, the buttons do not meet across the waist, so I have to use a hair bubble to hold my pants up. Honestly, if I ever had to lift my top up, it's a right sight. And then again, with my tunic, it is literally like getting into a straight jacket. It's tight on my arms, it's tight across my chest. It makes every single roll on my belly show. So the only other uniform that I could wear that's not those is scrubs. And I've basically been living in scrubs. However, they're not as nice looking as my actual proper uniform. Work have been brilliant, they understand, and you know, like I've had a few managers say to me like, oh Andrew, why are you always in scrubs, why are you always in scrubs? And I'm just completely honest, because you know me, I'm completely honest, and I'm like, it's because I'm too fat, basically. I'm too fat for my uniform, it's uncomfortable. And when you say something like that, there's nothing they can bounce back to. They just shut down straight away and they're like, oh, all right then. And then that's it, subject dropped. But you know, I'm facing facts. It is, that's the reason why I'm wearing scrubs all the time, because I'm too fat. However, I would love to get back into my uniform properly. In fact, I'd love to be able to get into my uniform and for it to be too big, and then for me to get a new uniform, because that was suggested to me. One of the managers did say before it got completely shut down, well, why don't you treat yourself to a new uniform? I'm sure it's been a few years since you've had a new one, you know, trying to be nice. And again, I appreciate her tact, shall we say. But again, I'm not bothered. I am what I am, so I'm not bothered. You can call me fat, I don't care. I know I've got a mirror. So yeah, I appreciated her tact. But like I said to her, I'm not going to get a new uniform, because if I get a new uniform, I'm going to expand, get comfortable, expand, so that I'm in the same boat in a few months' time, that I don't fit into this one anymore. And no, because you know what it's like, don't you? You buy clothes to fit you, you get comfortable, you think, oh, actually, I feel okay, and so everything slips again. So no, I need that uniform to keep a daily reminder that, look, you're not only doing it for your health, you're doing it so that you can fit back into uniform. You're doing it so you live longer, hopefully, touch wood, for your kids, that you're around to see them get married and have kids of their own and stuff like that. You're doing it to live a better quality of life. You're doing it so that you can do all the stuff that you enjoy. You're doing it so you look better, so you feel better. You're doing it for you, and you're doing it for all the benefits that come with being you, of your family, your friends, your work, everything. There's so many reasons to do it, and there is 0 reasons for me not to do it. 0. I can't think of a single reason why I shouldn't lose weight. I can think of a million why I should. So, yeah. I apologise again. If you've been here for a while, you'll know I like to talk, and so yeah, it's going to be a bit of a lengthy one, because obviously it's been so long. I'm just literally dumping it all. I've not planned on what I'm going to say today or anything like that. I was literally just driving home and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pull over and I'm going to start today, because I've started fresh at group, so I'm going to start to get today on vlogging. So yeah, apologies if it is a bit long-winded. So all that lot has happened. These are all the reasonings why I need to continue to lose weight. And I've been in turmoil with myself. Like I said, I got into a very dark space with Slimming World, and basically blaming it for all my failings, which there's a key word there, my failings. Not Slimming World's, mine. So I've had probably the last couple of weeks, week to 2 weeks, I've really been toying with myself. Like I've been trying to calorie count still, but then I have been toying with other options. I've looked at keto, I've looked at Weight Watchers, I've looked at Slimming World, I've looked at continuing calorie counting, maybe putting new structures into place to help make it easier to calorie count. And again, it is easy, but I mean, the time consuming side of it. I've looked at all sorts, and the thing that I just swung back round to naturally, yawn, I know you're going to be a bit bored of me saying this, but was to go back to Slimming World. And there's a few reasons why. I did get over the hump of blaming Slimming World for all my own failings, so I have got past that. But the reason why I've gone back to Slimming World, which other stuff doesn't offer me, which calorie counting doesn't offer me, which Weight Watchers, there's no groups around here, and I don't know the plan. I don't want to start something new that I don't know. I mean, yeah, you could think, well, it might make you stick to it better because it's new and it's exciting, but then also it's hard work. And again, I don't mean that in a lazy sense. I just mean something, I want something that's familiar, that I understand, that because I am busy, that I don't have to invest loads of time in to get my head around or get confused, or again to do it wrong and fail, not fail, but not see the type of results that I want to see, and so dishearten me. So I'm trying to make it as easy for me as possible so that I can stick to something. So yeah, I've gone back to Slimming World today. I've weighed in, I've gone to the 10 AM group, I've gone to the group that I've always gone to in the past because I absolutely love it. The consultant there is amazing. I've got so many friends there. It just feels like going back home, which is really, really good. Now, the reasoning why I've gone back to Slimming World is because of some of the reasons that I've already mentioned. It's easy. I know the plan like the back of my hand, which yes, you can become complacent, but that's one of the things that I'm going to try and change so that I don't become complacent with it. But I know it. I know the group. I just know the whole philosophy of it and the reasoning why certain things are certain things. Do I agree with everything that Slimming World says? No, I don't. I don't at all. And I'm not going to lie about it. So my plan is that I'm doing Slimming World. However, I am going to be very, very conscious of the things that I've learned with calorie counting. So Slimming World, for example, says only eat unlimited amounts of pasta, rice, potatoes, you know, eat till you're full, it's amazing, blah, all that sort of stuff. I know that if I'm given information like that, I will take it literal. That I will have a mountain of pasta, of rice, of potatoes, of whatever, of free food. I will literally eat it. And I know you need your speed, but then in order to accommodate my speed, I'll like squish it onto the plate, or I'll do an extra side salad or something like that. Now with me doing calorie counting, I know that that mountain of pasta or rice is ridiculously high in calories. And this is even before I put my bolognese on there, or I've added any garlic bread for sins or anything like that. So doing calorie counting has really opened my eyes up to the free foods and stuff like that that Slimming World say that you can eat in unlimited amounts, to how highly calorific they are. So I'm going to do what I call Slimming World sensibly. I've just literally made that up on the spot, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to say that, but it's just come to my head. So yeah, I'm basically going to do Slimming World sensibly. So when it comes to rice, I know that when I was calorie counting, not counted, I would give myself, like if I was having rice, I would only give myself a 300 gram portion. I've got a big appetite, but I know that 300 grams was like a certain amount of calories, and that's like doable. It'd keep me within my calorie deficit for the day. So going forward, when I'm doing Slimming World, while I'm doing Slimming World, I'm going to do the same, that I'm going to give myself just like 300 grams for rice, 300 grams for pasta. Potatoes, believe it or not, aren't anywhere near as calorific as you'd think that they were when you compare them to rice and pasta. So they're not anywhere near. Sorry, someone's just pulling up in front of me. There's a massive street here with loads of parking spaces. Why do you have to park in front of me? So now he might end up watching me. So if I go quiet and look all weird, it's because someone's staring at me while I'm vlogging, and I don't like it. But yeah, so I'm just going to give myself a portion of these things, because again, I'm trying to be sensible. I'm not going to weigh any fruits, veggies. Hang on a minute, he's going into his boot. Come on, dude. I might just cut this little bit out while I wait for him to go in his boot. Why do I feel so awkward vlogging in front of people? I mean, I don't know him. I've never seen him before in my life. Ever. He's going to his house. I've never seen him before in my life. I probably never will see him before in my life unless I decide to make this my regular vlogging spot when I've finished group. But yeah, I always feel so super duper awkward, and it's like I'm rubbing my nose now because he's just turned around and I don't want him to see that I'm talking to myself. Oh my god, Andrea, get a grip. Has he gone? Yeah, he's gone in his house now. Right, anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna be sensible and I'm just gonna weigh those elements. I'm not gonna track the calories or anything like that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put my portion on a plate and weigh it, and then add all my other stuff. So if I am having bolognese, again, I've learnt with Slimming World, because I've been making my own sauces, or if I've used a jar sauce, anything like that, I do know that they are ridiculously low in calories. It is. So again, I'm not going to weigh that side of things. I'm just going to stick with all my speed food, free foods that are going to go in my bolognese, make my sauce myself. You know, obviously the mince is free and all that jazz. And I'm just going to add that, and I'm not going to weigh that. I'm not going to weigh any of my salads or my fruits. I'm not going to do that. But then again, I'm going to be sensible with my fruits, that like bananas, for example, they're only free, and they're only free for a reason, because they are quite calorific. They're quite high in sugars that break down, and so, you know, they are higher in the calorie side of fruits. So instead of me having like 4 bananas in a day, I'll just stick to 1. If I have a banana that day, I'll just have the 1 at some point in my day. I'm still going to continue to do my healthy extras, and I'm going to weigh those out. Not decided yet if I'm going to stick massively to the certain B choices. When it comes to wraps and stuff like that, I will do. But when it comes to the breads, I'm not a massive fan of the Aldi Value. I think Morrison's do one that's a healthy extra B now. They do a wholemeal bread. Again, it's their value range. And then the same with Tesco with their Neville's bread. I'm not a massive fan of those breads. So as long as the calories are similar and the fibre, because that's the main point, the fibre is up there or even higher, I will probably just count that as a healthy extra. But I am going to track my sins, and I'm going to stick within 15 a day. I'm going to try not to use my sins, but I'm going to use my sins, again, sensibly. This keyword is going to come in a lot, so you're probably going to get sick to death of the sensibly. And I'm going to use it to bulk out meals, to enhance meals. You know, like if I am having spaghetti bolognese, I might have garlic bread, so I don't feel like I'm missing out. Rather than snacking on rubbish like chocolate and stuff like that, because I feel like if I go, even when I was doing calorie counting, I'd have the 80-20 rule. 80% health and good, nutritious, nutrient-dense food, 20% crap. And I'm going to, excuse me, stick with that with Slimming World. So when it comes to my sins, you know, 15 sins can be quite a lot in crap, and it probably would push me over that 20% of my daily allowance. So again, I'm going to play with it. And I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm going to obviously weigh my healthy extras in milk and cheese. And again, eyes massively opened up wide when I've been tracking my brews. I mean, I drink quite a lot of brews, and I will admit in the past, like, yeah, I'd weigh my milk out, but then, you know, like if I've run out of my milk, I'd just add a splash, say, oh, it's 20 you know, it's 1 sin. Whereas no, on average with my brew, my splash was anywhere between 80 and 120 mils of milk. Hang on, someone's walking past again, 1 sec. Sorry about that, but he was walking very close to the car, whereas the guy at least went in front of me and walked away. He was walking past me, and I thought, yeah, I look like a complete loon talking to myself. So where was I? Oh yeah, about my milk. So yeah, I'd use anywhere between 80 and 120 mils of milk when I was calorie counting, because I like a strong but milky brew, if that makes sense. And that'd be like 50 to 60 calories just in my brews. And then if I added sugar to it, which I've got down the sweet route, before I wasn't having sugar and now I'm having sugar, and because I'd have my calories, so why not? And again, each brew could easily cost me, because I started putting Coffee Mate in my brews again as well, you know, like I'm just adding loads of crap to my brews So basically, over the day, if I've had like 3 or 4 brews, which is easily done, I'd be using like nearly 400 calories just on drinks. So that, again, is something that I'm going to have to be sensible with and nip in the bud. I'm going to go back to not having any sugar. I'm going to weigh my milk. When I've run out of my milk, it's tough. If I'm not having cheese that day, it's fine. I'll have extra milk then, and that's my second healthy extra A. But if I am, then it's tough. Have water or juice or diet pop. That is my thing going forward. So yeah, I've ranted on loads now. But I just wanted to do an update on where I've been, what I've been up to, how mashed my head has been, because it's like mashed potato at the moment, and just get back into the swing of it. I know that I've had loads of messages asking where I am, when I'm coming back and all that sort of stuff, so I can only apologise for being MIA so long, but I am definitely going to aim to keep this going. I'm thinking going forward though, what I'll do is I'm going to do like a weekly vlog instead, because again, just time constraints, it is really difficult for me to do any kind of daily vlogging. I find it really hard to do that with all the commitments that I've got, and obviously the kids and stuff and my husband. So I'm probably going to do like a weekly roundup of Slimming World, and just show you snippets throughout the week of the type of meals that I'm eating, you know, the things that are going on, and then tie the end of the vlog off with anything that I might have lost that week, you know, like my weighing update, and then just do it that way. I mean, I do watch quite a few people who do that for various different plans, and I really do enjoy that format rather than the daily vlogs, me personally. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy the same style. But then any shopping hauls, anything extra, I will put obviously separately. But for when it comes to the weekly roundup of Slimming World, I think that's the format that I'm going to do it. So I'm going to try it anyway and see how it goes. So let me know when I do start posting those, how you're finding them. So obviously, unless I do, well, I've done my week shop already, so unless I do any extra shopping hauls this week, the next vlog you'll see will probably be like next Tuesday or maybe Monday evening, depending how long it takes me to edit. So yeah, there will be like a week's gap now, like I say, unless I do anything extra in between. So yeah, that is my plan. Slimming World sensibly, or sensible Slimming World, whichever way sounds better. That is what I'm going to do going forward. So getting to the nitty gritty, the numbers, because we all like a number, don't we? So we can visualise what we're like, and that's something else that I'm going to do. I know I always promise pictures and stuff of what I look like and to see myself shrinking, but that is something that I am definitely going to do, because again, I need that visual myself. I need it to see if I don't have a particularly good week where the scales haven't moved the way that I wanted them to. I want to be able to visually see why. So I'm going to start doing that as well. So yeah, join back, new book, which is great. So I am starting with the deets, and it's all just here that you can see. So I've joined, which is the 18th of September. I wanted to get school holidays and everything like that out of the way, and like I say, I've been tossing and turning on what I was going to do. But I'm 5'5", just for reference, so you know how tall I am. I class myself as vertically challenged. I'm challenged in many areas of my life, and height is one of them. My starting weight is 16 stone, 13 pounds. My Club 10 weight target, I'm just looking down at my book in case you're wondering where my eyeballs are going. My Club 10 weight is 15 stone 3, so that's where you've lost 10% of your body weight. And my personal achievement target, so my target weight at the moment is 11 stone. So that is a substantial amount of weight to lose. I've got just literally a pound off of 6 stone to lose, basically. So 5 stone 13, if I've added that up right. Again, I'm mathematically challenged as well. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I've only got myself to blame. It's a lot. When I do tell people how heavy I am, they can't believe it. I mean, they can tell that I'm overweight, but they can't quite believe that I'm that overweight. because I must hide it well. Even though I'm not tall, I must hide it quite well. I think it's all my chins, which you probably can tell that from last vlogs how much my face has changed. I mean, look, it wobbles. My arms wobble, my legs wobble. In fact, I don't think there's a bit on me. My hair don't wobble at the moment because I've got it proper tied back because it's bouncing it down today. But everything wobbles on me. So yeah, my target is 11 stone. That target would still keep me outside of the normal BMI range of like under 25. So I'd still be over that. I'd still be classified as overweight. However, it's a dramatic difference to what I am now. I think I'm going to look completely different to how I am now. I might move it lower. I might get to 12 stone and think, do you know what? Actually, Andrea, you look all right now. Quite happy with this. Although I've set it at 12. Oh, someone else is walking past again. Although he's on his phone, so I'll just carry on. So, although I've set it at 12, you probably can hear him. Yeah, so although I've set it at 12, although I've set it at 11, sorry, 12 might look really good on me and I might stay there instead. We're just going to wait and see. But at the moment it's set at 11, and every stone that I go down, obviously the first at least 4 stone that I go down, I'm not going to set any targets at that. Because again, I am doing it for health as well. But getting past that, I'm going to, like if I'm getting to 12 stone, see how I look. 11 stone, see how I look. Do I want to lower it? Do I want to stay? So that's the plan. So, yeah, 16 stone 13. My BMI is 39.5. I've got a few choice words for myself with that, but I'm not going to say them because kids might be around listening to this. So I'm going to keep those choice words for myself with that one. But yeah, I say it all in jest. I don't hate myself. Please don't be thinking that I'm like that. I'm really not. I'm saying it in jest. I'm a very jokey person, because if you can't laugh, you'll cry. Not that I feel like I want to cry. I really don't. I take ownership of all this. It's me. It's how I am. I've done it. But I'm going to change it. So, happy days. So, yeah. First week, underway. I'm also going to, again, sorry for rabbiting on, but I'm also going to make sure that I keep things varied, because one of the things that I got sick to death with Slimming World was the monotony of the same foods all the time. Always spag bol, always shepherd's pie, always tomato soup. Don't get me wrong, I love those foods, so they will pop up on my menu. However, I'm going to try and be a bit creative and make some family favourites that I've been having while calorie counting, because again, the freedom and the flexibility that you get with calorie counting, I'm going to try and make them Slimming World friendly. So, yeah, let's do it. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm impatient. I just want to be at target now. And again, I need to like rein it in and realise, Andrea, you've done a lot of damage over the years. You're going to have to put in a lot of work. A lot of work. But I just can't wait. I'm hoping, I'm seeing it as in, I'm giving myself a year. A year to get to target. Because I know £1 a week, if I lost that over a year, that's 4 stone. I'm hoping on average I lose £1.5 a week on average, maybe 2. So even if it's £1.5 a week on average that I do lose, obviously I know I won't lose it every week, but some weeks I'll lose 3, some weeks I might lose 4, some weeks I might maintain, some weeks I might even gain. Don't like that word. But on average, if I could spread it out, £1.5, that would be my 6 stone in a year. That's my aim. I'm going to be doing a lot of this. A lot of this. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in and coming with me again on this roller coaster. I should open a theme park, shouldn't I? Because I'm on that many bloody rides of life that I should do. But yeah, all I can do is try. That's all I can do is try. And I'm motivated. I'm keen. I can't wait. and I just hope that you stick with me and join with me, because like I say, it's going to be a bit of all sorts, and I hope it's a really good ride, because I'm thinking that over the next year there's going to be some dramatic changes and some really good things going on, and I would love it if you would join me with it, because we've got to keep each other spurred on. Even if you're not doing Slimming World, even if you're doing calorie counting, or you're doing keto, or you're doing Weight Watchers, whatever you might be doing, or even if you're not doing anything at all, number one, it's good to see a fat bird shrink. But number two, it's just good to keep everyone motivated, and to keep you, even if you're not following that particular plan, it spurs people on. When you see other people do good, it makes you think, right, I want to do good as well. Let's all get in on it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to drive home, because my husband's probably going to think that I've got lost now, because I've been here for at least half an hour, if not longer. Yeah, and I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll catch you in the next one. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.